The Radio Memories Network is brought to you in part by Liberated Syndication. Podcast publishing made easy. Libsyn.com. That's Libsyn.com.
Welcome to the Old Time Radio Network Western Stories, riding into the Wild West of gunfighters, tales of cattle drives, and sheriffs. Those tales of rough and rowdy adventures of those heroes of the Wild West. We now go back to the early days of Westerns on the radio and our imaginations with our feature presentation.
Fiery horse with the speed of light, a cloud of dust, and a hearty hi-yo Silver, the Lone Ranger. History has never recorded the deeds of the Lone Ranger, but the old-timers who lived when the United States was expanding its western frontier told exciting stories of a masked man who rode a white horse, a mystery rider whose heavy 6 guns carried bullets of silver, who was known as the champion of justice in the West of yesteryear. From out of the past come the thundering hoofbeats of the great horse Silver, and once again we hear the inspiring shout, "Hi-yo, Silver! The Lone Ranger rides again!
Come on, Silver, old boy! Santa's waiting for us in Big Bend! So hurry, old boy! Hi-yo, Silver! Hooray!
Jed Kramer, the banker, made his fortune by lending money to the inhabitants of Big Bend. His terms were harsh, and he was quick to foreclose when his clients were unable to pay. As a result, nearly every man in town was his enemy. We see the moneylender in his bank long after closing hours. It is night, and he is working by the light of an oil lamp. Before him on the counting table is a heavy metal cash box.
There, I reckon this is all just as it should be. Sounds like the door creaking. Maybe I'm to have a visitor. Well, have a look outside, see if there's anyone around. Pitch dark. Can't see nothing. If anyone's close by, they hear just what they should hear. Gotta act this thing just so. Who's there?
Come to see you on business, Jed Kramer.
Oh, what?
Take it easy. I don't aim to hurt you unless you make trouble.
Who are you?
I don't matter none, Jed. What I'm after won't take long.
Come out into the light where I can see you. What do you want?
No, you won't, Jed. Don't reach for that gun. I've got you covered.
You're after my money. You thief.
That's right, Jed.
Well, you won't get it.
Oh, no? Make one move and I'll drill you clean through. Now stand up and reach for the ceiling.
You blasted.
That's it. Now face the wall.
If I could get one good look at you.
Don't try.
My face is covered.
You won't get away with this.
That's my worry. Now, just take that cash box.
Oh, $10,000 you're taking. 10,000.
Too bad it ain't more.
You'll ruin me.
I wish that was the case, Kramer. But you got a plenty more cash. Keep facing that wall.
But you can't do
For
that.
years now, you've been cheating, swindling, and bulldozing the honest folks around here out in their hard-earned cash. Every time that scheming face of yours pokes out in the door, it means trouble for someone around these parts.
It ain't true. You're lying.
I know what I'm talking about. Kramer, I'll tell you just one thing. You want to know who I am?
I'll find out and...
Never mind the threats. I'm one of the men you swindled.
Then
You gave me a mortgage on my farm and then cheated me. You saw to it I didn't get enough credit in town to make a go of things.
I never did. I'll set the sheriff after you. He'll find out who you are.
You can't tell who I am from what I've told you.
No.
You've swindled everyone around here. You can't tell which one I am. Well, I've got the money now, Jed, and I'll leave you to figure it out for yourself. I might be most any man in town. Goodbye, and thank you.
I'll get you for this. Sheriff, help me. I've been robbed. They've took my money. They've got $10,000. It's gone. Help! Quick, get the sheriff. The thief ain't gone far. You can still get him.
Get who?
The thief, you fool, the thief.
What thief?
What's all the noise about,
Sheriff, he took my money.
Who took your money?
One of the men I swindled. I don't know who. But he ain't gone far.
Which way did he go?
I don't know that either, but he went.
How in blazes do you expect me to do anything? Calm down now and give me the true facts on this thing.
I've lost $10,000. It'll ruin me.
$10,000?
I saw a man running like blazes down toward the livery stable.
Oh, that's him, then. That's him.
You sure, Abe? Yeah. He was carrying a box or something.
After him. Come on, boys. Right out there. We can get him.
There they go, Tonto. We just came from the stable, and there was no one down there. Either the man called Abe was mistaken, or he lied.
Maybe him take money.
It's possible. Abe owes Kramer a lot of money.
Plenty fellow owe him.
Right. Abe might have robbed the banker, left the money somewhere, and then returned to join the others. I wonder...
What you do?
We're going to go to Abe's house and wait for him. If he's the guilty one, we'll find it out. Come on,
Get him
Silver.
up, white fella.
We shouldn't have long to wait. If Abe is guilty, he'll slip away from the others as soon as possible.
Then maybe him go home with money.
I'm counting on that. There's the house. We'll leave the horses here. Silver. Boy.
There's a light in the house, Tonto.
Oh, me see it.
That must mean there's someone inside. We'll have to be careful. If Abe suspected that he's being watched, we'd find out nothing. We'll wait over near the window.
Plenty dark there.
Kimosabe, what was that?
That baby.
Abe Turner's child. I didn't know.
And that little feller. Plenty sick.
A sick child. We're going to send the man to jail.
Horse come this way.
I hear it, Kimosabe.
Him come plenty fast.
Yes. Here he comes. It is Abe. He's going into the house now.
Him got off.
Yes, Tonto.
A fiery horse with the speed of light, a cloud of dust, and a hearty Hi-Yo Silver. The Lone Ranger.
Mrs. Turner. Tonto, that poor woman looks half-starved. Baby. I'm going inside. Perhaps we can prevent Abe from stealing
This is the
again.
legend of a man and a horse, and how they met.
What me do?
The
Go back to
story
it,
of the
Tonto.
Lone Ranger
Watch for anyone
and his
coming this
great
way.
horse, Silver.
If you see anyone coming, signal me. And I'll take Abe to our camp and talk there.
Me do.
Let me go. Let me quit.
The Lone
Hey, white
Ranger
feller.
and Tonto were trailing the worst outlaw in the West.
Get him up, white
His
feller.
name was Butch Cavendish. They had followed his trail for many weeks, until finally
masked man.
they noticed that the hoofprints of
Mister,
the
we ain't
outlaw's
got nothing
horse
to
were
steal.
fresh.
Please go away. Don't hurt him.
I'm not going to hurt you, Mrs. Taylor.
Yes, Tonto.
I came here to speak to Abe.
Him outrun us
What do you
last
want?
time.
There's a robbery in
Maybe better
town
we
tonight,
shoot
Abe.
from sight.
No.
Jed Kramer
I'll
was
take
held
him
up in his
alive.
office, and $10,000 were taken.
Steady there, steady, boy.
You told the sheriff that the thief carried a box.
Tonto,
Well,
you missed
what
me.
about
He shot my horse.
I want to
Get
ask
after
you
him.
just one thing. What's in that box?
Tonto's
on
horse
the
was
table?
tired and no match in speed for the animal Cavendish rode. The outlaw
I
escaped.
saw you bring it into the house.
When Tonto
You
returned
had it with
from
you
the
when you came from
chase,
town just now.
He found the Lone Ranger standing
You think
beside his
Abe
dead
done it?
horse.
A good horse,
He wouldn't do
Tonto.
anything like that,
Loyal,
mister.
faithful, and
Tell him
brave.
you wouldn't, Abe.
But
Tell
my
him.
next horse must be faster.
I
wish
think
that-
was seen.
Tonto,
He's
you've
right,
heard
Gene.
stories of a wild horse, a fiery
you're
white
saying,
stallion.
Ah,
I did it
you've
for
seen
you.
near valley
For
over
me?
there,
I-
where
I
Cavendish
couldn't
goes.
stand it around
Be
here
on the
half
lookout
the
for the
month
wild
watching
horse
you
while
little
we
Jimmy
follow
starving for
Cavendish.
food.
But Abe, you don't.
You stole money for your wife and child. You stop to think what it'll mean for them when you're caught and jailed?
Man
Tonto's
won't
horse
stop to
carried
think
the
when
Lone
the folks he
Ranger's
loves are
saddle,
starving.
his saddlebags, and
I just
bridle,
took what's mine.
while the masked man
I have a
and
right
the
to it,
Indian
mister.
continued
A
on
right.
foot
You've
along
no
the
right
outlaw's
to the
trail.
property of others.
Jed
When they reached
Kramer
the top of
swindled
the
everyone
hill,
around here.
Tonto,
The only
They
difference
halted
between him and me
suddenly
is that he
and
does
stared
his
at an
stealing with the law on his
awe-inspiring
side.
sight far down
I
in
know
the
what's
valley.
best for me and my family, and I won't tolerate no
They
interference.
saw a great
That
white
money's
stallion
mine.
in a death
No
fight
one's going
with
to
a
take it
giant
away from
buffalo.
me.
The law won't
horse
take
was
long to
plunging,
find out
rearing,
who took
charging,
Jed's
and
money.
dodging
When
wildly.
they do, they'll
My
soon
tracks
find
are
Flashed
covered.
from his coat as
Aside
from a
from
coat
you,
of
they ain't
polished
no one
silver.
Abe!
They realized
Listen to
that
me.
this was the legendary
If
white
I let you
stallion,
replace what
the
you
one
stole and
ranchers
blame
and
me for
hunters
the
had talked
crime,
so much
give
about.
you a chance to stay honest and find another way out of your trouble.
Satisfied as I am.
I'm not.
I'll get closer before it's
That
too
money's
late.
going back
As he
where it
ran
came
downhill,
from.
the Lone Ranger
No one
watched the
suspects
battle.
you yet.
The sleek
Keep
white
still and
stallion
you'll be
was
in the
nimble
clear.
and
The
courageous,
cash ain't
but
going
his
back.
strength began to
Don't
wane.
you touch that
The buffalo
box,
charged
Ranger.
again and again.
Dad, look
The
at
splendid muscles of the
The
white
devil
horse were
protect
slower in responding,
Sam.
then too slow.
No
He was
one
caught by the
understands.
buffalo's charge.
I'd be in the
Crimson
clear if it
stained
wasn't
his
for you,
pure white
mister.
coat.
Not for
Another
very long.
charge.
Forever.
The white horse saw it
I'm
coming
playing
and he
this
couldn't
game
dodge.
like I was
He
playing,
staggered and
and
fell.
you ain't gonna
The monster
stop me.
drew back
Cash
and
is
lowered
going
his
back.
head for the death charge. And then
I've heard
two
about
shots
you, and
rang
I-
Stand
out.
back, Abe. I'm taking the cash box.
The buffalo
Jimmy,
shuddered from the
don't
impact
shoot
of the
him.
masked man's
The poor man
bullets.
ain't himself.
For an
I
instant,
never
he stood
seen him
motionless,
like this.
I'm sure of that.
then fell.
You win. All right, you stop and taking the cash box. Put your gun down. Go ahead and take the cash. I know when I'm licked.
That's better, Abe. Just wait another day and see if things don't improve. I'll take the box back.
Like fun you will.
Battered and bruised, the white stallion
what have
lay
you done?
quietly as the Lone Ranger bathed his wounds. During the
Get
next
me.
several
You
days,
hit
the
him.
masked
Caught
man
him
and
off
the Indian
guard,
cared
huh?
for the injured horse.
Listen, Jane.
Then the wounds were
Everything's
closed,
changed now.
and the horse's strength
I
had
can't
returned.
go ahead like what is
There was
planned.
once
In the name
more
of
fire in
heaven,
his
Abe,
eye,
what'd you do
a
this
spring in his
Take care
step,
of him, Jane.
and his head was lifted
He's a
proudly.
squire's finest man alive.
Tonto,
Don't take his mask
he's
off.
himself again.
Bathe his head with water and bring him to
plenty
me.
strong.
And leave him
Plenty
go.
good horse.
I wonder if he'll take
Gotta
a
take to
saddle.
hiding now.
Let's try.
Oh, Lord,
Yeah,
why the
steady,
Lone
boy.
Ranger have to find me?
Why did you have to turn thief?
I can't tell you.
No, Tonto, wait.
Jane,
Let him go.
I'm heading away. But
I'd
you'll
like to
have
have
cash.
that
You'll be
horse
took care
more
of.
than anything in the
That's the
world.
main thing.
But he deserves his freedom. He
You
fought
and
for
baby
it.
Jimmy won't go hungry no more.
But Abe...
You won't be in
Turn
no
to look
trouble.
at us. See
Jane,
how the
just-
sun reflects from his white
Just
coat.
remember that whatever I done,
Like silver.
I done for you and the baby.
You can't
Name
leave like
for
that.
him.
I got him.
But this man...
He ain't hurt bad. Just tell him I've lit
Hey,
out.
Silver!
Tell him there ain't no use hunting me.
Tonto,
I won't
he's
have a
coming
big
back.
But Abe...
Just as
Abe...
if he knew what I said. Silver! Silver, you beauty. Hand me the horse, Tonto.
As the mighty stallion toppled over, he trembled as if from a chill. Every instinct told him that he must flee at once to preserve his freedom. And yet he stood his ground. It wasn't pleasure that held him there. It was something stronger, some mysterious bond of friendship and understanding.
The curtain
Heard the
falls
man's
on the
voice,
first act of tonight's
and
thrilling
the
Lone
light.
Ranger drama.
Silver.
Before the next exciting scenes,
Silver.
please permit us to pause for
We're
just
going
a
to
few
be
moments.
Partners.
horse like that, take saddle.
There never was a horse like this. Now, Silver, we're going to work together.
The horse was wild and unused to the ways of men, and the weight of the saddle and the rider. The master man was a kind teacher. He was gentle yet firm. Silver was intelligent. The stallion seemed to sense the desires of the Lone Ranger and did his best No hoofs had ever beat the plains like those thundering hoofs of the great horse Silver. During the past few days, Cavendish had gotten far away, but the masked man and Tonto trailed him relentlessly with only a minimum of rest. It took days to cut down the outlaw's lead, but at long last, Cavendish came into view.
There he is. Come on, Silver!
The mighty stallion responded with a new burst of speed.
Now to continue our story.
Wild shots over his shoulder.
You will recall that in the first act of tonight's Lone Ranger drama,
fast was no match for the
Abe
charging
Turner
Silver.
robbed Jed
Fear
Kramer's
and panic
bank.
filled the outlaw's face. He heard
The Lone Ranger and Tonto pitied Abe because they were convinced he'd become a criminal only to help his starving family. However, when the masked man attempted to persuade Abe to return the money, the man struck the Lone Ranger down.
The gang was captured to be
Abe
tried
then made
by
his
law
escape,
and punished
assuring
for
his family
crimes.
they'd be cared for.
But there were many others whose
Our
criminal
scene opens
plans were
later
to be
that same
challenged
night.
by the Lone Ranger,
We see the sheriff's
his
posse
faithful
riding toward
Indian
Abe's
companion Tonto, and his
I don't
great
like the
horse
way
Silver.
Turner gave us a false lead, then disappeared.
He said he'd seen a man heading away from the bank.
Yeah, and went on to tell about the man carrying the box. Dad read a deputy. He must have eyes like an owl.
Yeah. And we didn't find hiding a hair or no one where he said to look.
Just so. That's why I hankered to ask Abe a few more questions.
Won't do no harm.
I'm downright sorry if it's Abe that robbed old Jed Kramer. Abe's wife has enough troubles without seeing her man jailed.
Say, Sheriff.
Yeah?
Have you noticed a white horse traveling ahead of us?
No.
Well, there's one there. I first sighted it when the moon poked out from behind a couple of clouds a minute ago. If you look sharp, you can see it.
I see it. Traveling fast, too.
Faster than we are.
Darn sight.
And heading for Turner's place.
Maybe to warn Turner. Deputy, signal the boys to come fast. Get along there.
Come on, boys. We sighted something ahead.
There's a horse at Turner's house.
Yeah. And the rider's gone inside. See, the door's wide open.
There's two men outlined in the light.
And two horses outside.
Come on, boys. Something's going on at Turner's place.
How's Jane Turner standing in the doorway?
Hey, hold on there. Stop!
There they go.
Stop in the name of the law.
They ain't stopping.
The rest of you men get after them, too. Slow. Hold there.
Hold there. Hold there.
They'll catch them all right. Come on, Deputy.
I'm with you.
Hold on there, Jane. We aim to speak to you.
Sheriff,
It's me, all right.
how'd you know about Abe so soon?
Come on inside, Deputy.
Yeah?
Please don't judge Abe too harsh.
So, Abe turned thief, huh?
He done it for me and the baby.
Looks like our suspicions was right, Deputy.
There's a cash box on the table.
Yep. Where's your husband, Jane?
He's gone.
Where?
I don't know. He just left. He said... he said we wouldn't see him no more.
Where's the stolen money?
I guess the masked man took it.
Masked man?
What masked man?
He just left here. He come and tried to get poor Abe to take that money back, but Abe must have gone crazy with worry and was seeing us go hungry and baby Jimmy needing things so bad. Abe knocked the masked man down and then he...
Well?
Then he told me to be sure and treat the masked man kindly and to bathe his face with cool water till he come to.
Go on.
Then Abe went away. The masked man come to and asked me what Abe took from the cash box, and I told him the truth, just as I'm telling you the truth. Abe didn't take anything from the box. The masked man took something, though, and then an engine rid up.
We seen the engine. The masked man joined him, didn't he?
It just rid away as you come up, but... Oh, Sheriff, please find Abe for me.
We'll find him all right.
I can't imagine what's got into the poor man. He ain't to be blamed too much for what he's done. He didn't mean no harm, Sheriff.
You say this masked man has the cash from the box?
I don't know.
It's sure enough's empty now, Sheriff.
Then the masked man must have cleaned it out. I know Abe didn't.
Why'd poor Abe have to do this sort of thing? I'd be the first one to admit that Jed Kramer was a first-rate skunk that needed a dressing down and trimming. He stopped at nothing to swindle folks.
He was ready to take our house away from us when we couldn't pay the mortgage money.
Abe shouldn't take the law into his own hands, though.
He just didn't stop to think. All he knowed was that he'd been swindled by Jed Kramer and that we was hungry. Oh, Sheriff, if only you could find him.
We'll find him all right enough. We'll find him if I have to swear in every man in the county as a deputy to do it.
The sheriff's deputy spent many days searching the country for Abe Turner, but without success. He seemed to have disappeared as completely as had the Lone Ranger and Tonto. Then one evening, Jed Kramer was on the veranda of his home, talking to the sheriff.
Seems to me it's time we hunted up a new sheriff if you can't do no better than what you done so far.
Well, we ain't give up yet, Kramer.
Might as well. I'd give up hope of ever finding any of my money again.
Losing that $10,000 don't seem to have hurt your bank business none.
I got insurance to cover the loss.
I know. You always got something to cover anything that happens to you.
Well, I'll get inside the house now. This night air is getting cool. Good luck to you in hunting your man.
All right, Jed. You can bet I'll find him. Get up there. Get up there. Get along. Get up there.
If only he knowed how close he was to Abe Turner. But I don't reckon he ever will. Better make sure the door's barred tight. Can't tell when someone is likely to come in without knocking. There now. I'll see Turner. Well, Abe?
Sheriff gone?
Sure. They'll keep hunting you for another week, and then they'll give up looking for you and think that you're
by
lost.
That time my beard'll grow out enough so as I can leave here, won't it?
Well, we'll see how you look at the end of that time.
Listen, Kramer. You've kept your word, ain't you?
Me? Why, sure.
You swore you'd see Jane and the baby took care of if I made believe to rob your bank.
They're being took care of, don't you worry.
Heard anything more about that masked man?
Not a word. Just too doggone bad he had to know about you. If you hadn't, you'd been able to go right on about your business, living at home and never being suspected.
Jed, take my word for it. If I find you've been double-crossing me...
Forget that notion. Now, just forget you're pretty lucky that you can hide here in this house, where the law will never think of searching for you. Now, I'm going to bed.
Yeah? All right.
Night.
Night, Kramer. Wonder how the little fella is now. I'd give him a right arm to see him again. I wonder if I'll ever get there.
Abe, keep quiet.
What the...
Not a sound. I don't want Jed to know I'm here. It's lucky that window was unlocked.
You again. A masked man.
You'll not get the chance to knock me down again, Abe.
Listen, if only you know the truth.
Perhaps I do.
Like...
When you left your house, you didn't stop to empty out that cash box. I did.
Yeah?
Take a look at this paper.
Is this what's in the box?
That doesn't look much like a mortgage, does it?
No, it don't. This ain't nothing but a legal form. They ain't even filled in.
You haven't seen your wife of late, have you?
What do you mean?
You'd better come with me, Abe. She isn't in the home where you last saw her.
She ain't?
No. Neither is your son.
Where they at?
I'll take you to them if you'll slip out quietly by this window.
Is this a trick to turn me over to the law?
If that was my purpose, I could bring the law here.
Yeah, that's so.
Come. It isn't far to go.
Abe left Kramer's home by way of the window and was taken to the Lone Ranger's camp in the nearby woods. There, beside a small fire, he found his baby asleep in blankets. His wife sat with her back to Abe, her head in her hands. Tonto sat across from her.
What's this mean?
Abe. Oh, Abe, for mercy's sake, it's you.
Jane, honey, what are you doing here?
Where'd you expect to find me, Abe? Masked men in Tonto have been feeding us. They fixed a little lean-to of pine branches for us to sleep in, and
You mean to say you ain't got no home?
You should know the answer to that question, Abe.
Ain't Jed Kramer sent word to you? Ain't he sent you
I'd
food?
sooner starve than eat Jed Kramer's food, even if he did send it.
Well, that ornery...
Now, Abe, don't lose your head again. Remember that the last time...
Jane, haven't you had any food?
These two friends have seen to it that I haven't gone hungry.
Listen, Jane, you wait right here.
Where you going?
I've got some things to tend to. You wait here and I'll be back for you inside an hour.
But, Abe...
Let him go, Jane.
You'll see me in an hour or less.
Abe!
Quiet, Jane.
Do you think that...
He's gone now, Jane. I think tonight we'll see an end of all your troubles.
Wait. You here? Steady, Silver. Horse, come this way.
That might be the sheriff.
There they are! I said it'd be good to investigate this fire.
It is the sheriff.
He'll jail you.
Stand ready, Tonto.
Be ready.
Wait a minute, Sheriff. I'd have gone for you if you hadn't come here.
We got you covered.
Listen to me. You'll put those guns in nothing right away from here in a hurry.
You want Abe Turner?
Do we? I should say we do.
Then listen, and you'll get him.
The Lone Ranger spoke to the sheriff and his posse, while Abe Turner returned to Jed Kramer's house and re-entered by way of the window. Inside, he hurriedly made his way through the house and burst into the moneylender's room.
Dirty double-crossing rat.
What's the Sam here?
You wonder how I found out, don't you? You thought as long as you kept me hid here, I wouldn't get to know that you'd gone back on your word.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You will.
Have you gone loco?
No, I ain't. I was loco before when I believed all the promises you made. You dirty thief.
Now stop that noise and tell me what's the matter.
You swindled and cheated and done folks out of their homes for years. But even then you weren't satisfied. You even stole cash from your bank. And you had to cover it, so you come to me.
We made a deal.
Sure. I was to put on an act and make out to rob you of $10,000. They would account for you losing the money. I was to steal your cash box, and you was to have my mortgage in it.
I did.
Like fun you did, you lying coyote, you. You knew that once I committed the robbery, I couldn't do nothing about it. So you tricked me.
I don't know what you're talking about. You've gone loco.
Oh, no, I ain't. You promised to let me keep my house, and you'd send food and some cash to Jane. And when I was caught by the masked man, you hid me here and still said you'd send her food and things. But what did you do?
Just that.
You lying rat. You turned her out. You foreclosed that mortgage. You done just what you said you'd do if I didn't enter into your scheme. You turned Jane out. Right now, she's camping in the open, eating food that an Injun's given her.
A masked man.
You're covered.
Come on, boy.
Sheriff.
Keep him covered, mister. We'll put ropes on him.
Hold on, Sheriff.
We heard enough, Kramer, to know that Abe didn't steal a doggone thing, but that you did.
Sheriff,
Abe, thank the Lord.
Jane.
Turned on me, turned on me. All right. Now I will foreclose that mortgage.
No, you won't. You haven't got it. You see, Abe, the mortgage was in the box, but I took it out after you'd left your house.
But I...
Please listen, Abe. The masked man saw there wasn't any money in the box, but he did see the mortgage. He had a hunch as to what happened.
He did?
We trailed you, Abe. Tyler can follow any trail. We knew where you were and waited outside every night until I heard all I needed to know.
I didn't turn your wife out. I didn't
No,
do...
you didn't, but as soon as you did.
Well, I found you and the baby camping out in the woods.
That was a masked man's scheme, Abe, to get you to face Jed Kramer and talk so the lawman could hear the truth.
And we did. Abe, you're in the clear. But that's a darn sight more than Kramer can say.
And now, Abe, you can come back home.
Come on, Silver, old fellow. There's a new stage line running to Dalton, and there might be trouble. Hi-yo, Silver! Away!
The story you have just heard is a copyrighted feature of the Lone Ranger Incorporated.